It started on an ordinary Tuesday night. I had just finished binge-watching old science fiction movies, my apartment dimly lit with the glow of neon from the street outside. The clock struck midnight, and I was halfway through a cup of instant coffee when a strange hum filled the room. It wasn't the usual sound of traffic or my neighbor's late-night TV. It vibrated through the floor, the walls, even the air itself, like a low, resonant heartbeat that pulsed in sync with my own. Before I could comprehend it, a blinding blue light erupted in my living room. I shielded my eyes, instinctively crouching behind the couch. The light coalesced into a figure, tall, imposing, and impossibly strong-looking. Her skin shimmered with an otherworldly silver hue, and her eyes glowed with a violet intensity that made it impossible to look away. She wore battle armor that looked alive, shifting subtly like it had a consciousness of its own. Every muscle in her body radiated power, and the weapon strapped to her back, some kind of curved, obsidian-like blade, seemed to hum in response to her heartbeat. "Do not be afraid," she said, her voice calm but commanding, carrying a weight that made me feel insignificant. "I am called Vilara. I have come for you." For a moment, I couldn't even speak. My mind was scrambling for rational explanations. Aliens? Government experiments? A hallucination brought on by too much caffeine? None of it made sense. And yet, here she was real, dangerous, alive. What do you want from me?" I finally managed to whisper. Vilara's eyes narrowed slightly, scanning me as if analyzing my very essence. "Not what you can give, what you must give. You are essential to stopping a threat that will consume your world and many others. You will help me, willingly or not." I blinked. "Me? How could I possibly help you?" She tilted her head, almost amused. "You have something inside you. Something dormant, something the enemy cannot touch. You carry the mark, human. It will awaken when you are needed. Tonight, it begins." The words mark and awaken sent a chill down my spine. Before I could question her further, she extended a hand. It was enormous and powerful, yet strangely elegant. A pulse of energy shot through the room, and I felt my heart pound as if it were trying to escape my chest. My body shook, and for a moment, I feared I'd collapse. Then, suddenly, I felt different. I could see everything. Every molecule of dust dancing in the air. The rhythm of the city outside, the distant hum of cars, the faint energy signature of every living being within a kilometer. My senses had sharpened to an impossible degree. Vilara watched me closely. "Good. You are ready to understand. But there is little time. The Klythar are coming. They will arrive within hours." "The who?" I asked, barely catching my breath. She didn't answer immediately. Instead, she walked to the window and pressed her palm against the glass. The city outside flickered, and suddenly, I saw it, not just the buildings and streets, but massive, dark ships emerging from the sky. They shimmered, invisible to the naked eye until now, and they were vast, like skyscrapers on wings, their hulls bristling with weapons. "They are the Klythar," Vilara said quietly. "They are hunters of worlds, destroyers of civilizations. And they have come for you." I stared at her, disbelief warring with fear. "For me? Why me?" Vilara's expression softened slightly, just enough to show something human beneath the alien. "Because of what you carry. Inside you is the Aeon code. It is an energy pattern, a sequence the Klythar cannot decode or destroy. They sense it, and they seek it. If they get it, all of existence suffers." Before I could respond, alarms blared from somewhere in the distance. Not the usual city sounds, these were different, mechanical, alien. The hum in the room intensified. I looked at Vilara. Her hand moved to her weapon, and in one fluid motion, she was outside my apartment, standing atop the building like a guardian angel ready for war. I followed, propelled by a mix of adrenaline and instinct. From above, the city looked different, alive with invisible energy streams. I could see the Klythar ships more clearly now, their forms massive and menacing. They moved with intelligence, weaving patterns that were both terrifying and beautiful. "They will land soon," Vilara said. "We need to reach the core gate before they do." The core gate. The portal that connects your world to the rest of the universe. If they take control of it, they can invade countless worlds. We cannot allow that. And with that, she leapt. Gravity seemed irrelevant to her as she descended gracefully, landing atop a street below. I had no choice but to follow, my newfound senses guiding me with unnatural precision. We ran through the streets, dodging alien drones and explosions, Vilara cutting down enemies with an elegance that was almost artistic. Her blade moved like liquid darkness, striking with lethal precision. Every motion she made screamed experience and training I could barely comprehend. As we reached the core gate, an enormous Klythar warship descended, blocking the path. Its presence alone made the air vibrate. Vilara turned to me. "Now you must awaken fully. Connect with the Aeon code. Trust yourself." I didn't understand how, but instinct took over. I placed my hands on the glowing surface of the core gate. A surge of energy coursed through me, and I felt the Aeon code within me awaken fully. It was overwhelming, a torrent of light, sound, and raw energy. I could feel the Klythar ship, its intentions, its weapons, its commanders, all of it. And with that connection, I could manipulate the energy around me. I released it. The energy burst outward like a supernova, striking the Klythar ship and shattering it into fragments of shimmering metal. The remaining drones and forces faltered, retreating in confusion. Vilara's eyes widened in respect and surprise. You've done it. You've truly awakened." But the battle wasn't over. More ships descended, more enemies approached. Vilara turned to me. "We need to finish this at the source. Follow me to the Shadow Nexus." The journey was perilous. We crossed ruined landscapes, destroyed highways, and collapsed buildings. I had never felt fear like this, yet a strange calm persisted within me, a sense of destiny guiding every step. Vilara taught me how to focus the Aeon code, how to use it to manipulate matter and energy. I was learning to be a weapon, a protector, a savior all at once. Finally, we arrived at the Shadow Nexus, a massive structure that seemed to absorb light and sound. The Klythar were already there, their queen at the center, a monstrous being of scale and terror. Vilara engaged in battle immediately, her blade dancing against the enemy's energy tendrils. I joined, projecting energy waves and shields, disrupting their formations. But then, the Queen spoke. Her voice resonated in my mind. "Human. You carry the code, yet you will die." I felt fear for the first time, but Vilara placed her hand on my shoulder. "You are stronger than you know. Trust yourself." Summoning every ounce of power, I channeled the Aeon code into a focused beam, striking the Klythar Queen directly. The impact was catastrophic. The Queen screeched as her form destabilized, the Nexus itself shaking violently. Vilara fought to maintain her balance, her armor glinting amidst the chaos. And then, silence. When the light faded, the Klythar ships had vanished. The Nexus was crumbling, but we had survived. Vilara looked at me, her expression unreadable but filled with something I could only describe as respect. "You have changed everything," she said. "Your world is safe for now. But the universe is vast, and threats are endless. Will you stand with me when the next comes?" I looked around at the ruined landscape, at the power surging through me, and at the warrior who had saved my world. Somehow, despite the fear, the chaos, and the impossible danger, I felt ready. "Yes," I said. "I will stand." Vilara smiled, a rare, fleeting expression that seemed almost human. Then let this be the beginning, not the end. As we watched the dawn break over the horizon, I realized my life had changed forever. Ordinary no longer existed. The universe was vast, dangerous, and full of wonder, and I had a deadly alien warrior woman as my ally. And what she wanted from me was everything.